When you said he had a surfer voice.
Oh, great. It's doing that
thing again.
Yes.
All the button commands.
No, like, I can't exit out of this.
Well, there you go.
Son of a bitch.
Now it's a first-person shooter.
No, I can't move.
So it's a non-moving first-person shooter.
It's an on-rails on-rails first-person shooter that's just sort of stopped. We're at a station right now.
It's non-moving. So when you said he had a surfer voice, I was imagining like the surfer voice from what's it called? SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, dude, you made me experience high tide. That's
not quite that cartoonish. There we go.
Oh, Clank. Oh, that got pornographic real fast. So yeah, you're just gonna...
That blends about as well as cotton candy and fucking ethanol.
You get drunk on both if you swirl them enough. Cork butt.
At least this tooltip fits inside its box.
I love those animations.
Yeah, like how he's just constantly bobbing back and forth. They have found the solution to the perpetual motion dilemma.
It's a spring.
I know, but obviously it has to find rest at some point, right?
No, it's an infinite spring. See?
Clank? Yes? Do you notice anything unusual?
No, there's the clipping eyelids again.
They had a problem with eyes, apparently. So wait.
No, it wasn't the case in the original version. It's
so it's in the remake?
Unless I've just become like so fucking critical of video games that I'm noticing all of these little imperfections now.
You didn't notice when you played it on the PlayStation?
Right.
Or PlayStation 2, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this looks fantastic for a PlayStation 1 game. It looks fantastic for a PlayStation 2 game.
Right? Same engine as Tomb Raider.
Yeah, right. That's why I missed this jump.
Yeah, totally. Because you had to wait 2 or 3 seconds for it to respond. One of the two. It has to write a letter back. Morkel Schmork?
Yeah, you were definitely right about this game having a lot more platforming instilled into it, but I liked it quite a bit. But I don't know, for some reason I still think Up Your Arsenal is the best. My perfect Ratchet and Clank game would be sort of a blend of this game, and because I like Ratchet more in this game, but I liked Nefarious as like an antagonist more in Up Your Arsenal.
What a really subtle boss name. Or bad guy name.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the beautiful...
He can't be the villain. His name's Nefarious.
Well, that's the beauty of his character. He's just so fucking over the top and hammy. It's what's so great about him.
He's wearing a Darth Vader mask the whole time.
Right. Yeah, I would have preferred it where like we had Ratchet's character development from this game and the platforming from this game, but then like the control scheme of and the weapon upgrade system and the arenas from Up Your Arsenal. And then, of course, the boss from Ratchet and Clank 3, Dr. Nefarious.
Just from looking, I'll take your word on it. It looks like they did 3D platforming really well, which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I remember reading an article that, I think it was Gama Sutra, interviewed... There's a golden bolt, like, around here. You have to make the jump from here. I just can't remember where exactly.
If you fail, you have to climb all the way back up.
I'm going to have to climb all the way back up regardless. Yeah, there it is.
So there's an article in Gama Sutra.
There's an article in Gama Sutra about the art director in Spyro 1 and how difficult 3D is for just 3D environments for like they like a movie or even to a certain extent a 2D game has it where everything, as you always say, mise en scène, where everything can be put in frame in a specific way.
Right.
But with 3D, the player has full agency to go anywhere and move the camera anywhere. And
ideally.
So, yeah, ideally.
Some games disagree with that.
Yeah.
Why would you want to move the camera? We know exactly where to place it in every single moment.
It makes it very difficult for the art team to come up with these compositions that look beautiful in these kinds of games, because how do you make something look good from absolutely every single angle, you know? It
Make it
takes a
tits.
shit ton of work.
Boobs.
Yeah, right?
Just put boobs on everything.
I'm sure even tits can look bad in the right light or wrong light.
Probably from inside a boob. Probably doesn't look nearly as appealing.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's fucked up. It sends you back to the beginning instead of putting you
Yep,
at the top. where you
that's why I
jumped
did
up.
it now instead of later.
Later.
And that's why I also love the helipack.
Really cuts down on all those times, huh?
Yeah. And that's why I also waited to get the helipack, because it sort of cuts down all this travel time.
Right. And to get that golden bolt, you actually have to have it, don't you?
Right. So that's why I pathed in the first part of this, which you should check out if you haven't. I did the...
Yeah, who watches part 2 of the series first?
Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here.
That's the important thing. If you're going to watch Back to the Future, watch Back to the Future 2 first. It all makes so much more sense. I don't know who this doctor character is, but I sure like him.
Anyways, as I was getting at it,
Gama Sutra.
yeah, it was it was just really interesting reading the article because it sort of showed how they looked at it, and a lot of it has to do with color correction and
Really?
yeah, you need to have like a certain color key for the entire level in order for everything to sort of feel like it's in the same world.
Kind of like how those things are darker on the one side but lighter on the one side to kind of show how you want to interact with it.
Well, it's not really as much the case in this game as it is in Spyro, but if you look at the skyboxes in Spyro, they have a shit ton of different colors in them, and they sort of key the rest of the game, or the rest of that specific level, to the skybox.
Oh, okay.
All the lighting, a lot of the tones and
Oh yeah, I think I remember
colors.
that because there's some worlds you go into and it's the sunset, so that you have like a lot of like the reds and the oranges.
Right.
Remember
and
that.
Some of them are like dusk or evening, a lot of purples or blues.
I mean, I understand why you would make a busty robot, but why a fat busty robot?
Chunky.
Chunky? Yeah, that's certainly the word I would use.
I don't know, some people are into the BBWs. The big bot women.
So you can stay to explore like little insects.
All right.
Like my ladies with a lot of rust, if you know what I
Today,
mean.
the two of you disgraced my
Yeah, it's just,
bicycle course.
the only way rust happens is in the folds of fat where moisture collects.
That's not fair.
It's like mold, but you know,
But
for
on a
robots.
robot.
Yeah. There's a reason why I'm going out of my way to get all these crates, is because almost everything in the story progression is tied to. This is very much like money bags in Spyro. Where a lot of progression is tied to money checks.
Is it really?
Yeah, like I just had to buy that for 1,000 bolts.
Oh,
And-
those dicks.
Yeah, so you need to make sure you're collecting enough money in order to progress this story correctly.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
Well, they don't make it very high.
yeah, I was gonna say the threshold's not too bad, and you'll. I think it's in video gamers' genes to just like, oh look, crates, gotta bust them.
Right, so it's not that big of a deal, but it does sort of put a damper in things when you try and get everything on the first go-ahead.
Right.
That was weird.
Swing and a miss.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
I think what they probably should have done was make more bolts drop from enemies. Because it seems like you get a lot more bolts just from busting crates than you do from actually killing enemies.
I think that's sort of what they did in the later iterations, if I recall correctly.
Especially in the later levels. Those fucking Yetis.
Oh, God. Yeah, you hear about the story behind those things?
No, what's up?
You should...
Tell me more!
You should definitely check it out if you haven't, folks. There's a developer Let's Play of Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we watching?
Yeah,
watching
get the fuck out of here. Like I said before, well, I don't even know why you're watching this. Go and watch the developer commentary if you have the chance. The problem is that it's done on the original PlayStation 2, and
okay,
the audio and video isn't the highest quality.
Right.
But the information that they say is pretty interesting, and
they couldn't afford the new version.
It was, yeah, well, one of the developers for Going Commando was on that Let's Play. It was two guys just like us, and one of the developers was actually responsible for making the Snow Beast.
Oh, okay.
And Insomniac got such horrible feedback from that, and they knew that it was such a bad mechanic when they released it. For those of you who don't know, the Snow Beast is an enemy in sort of a collectathon level in Going Commando, where you had to get these crystals, and they would just spam probably at least a half a dozen to a dozen at you at a time. Kill one, two would pop up, and anyways, a lot of people fucking hated it, rightly so. It just artificial difficulty basically.
Yeah. Just throw a shitload of things at you all at once.
Not just a shitload, an infinite amount. You can't kill all the enemies in that area. And so what Insomniac did to punish the guy was
they
create
cut off
a thing.
His thumbs.
No, they. Yeah, like fucking Arabic law or some shit. They chop off his hands for developing such a shitty piece.
It's in the Code of Hammurabi. Like a shitty game mechanic off with your thumbs.
The Code of Insomniac. Yeah, so they created what was called the Snow Beast Award, where it would be awarded to any developer who created the worst mechanic in the game. And
like the Razzies.
That's got to make you feel bad, you know? Like, you're responsible for creating an entire award based off of... Fuck. Oh, there we go. Creating an entire award based off of how shitty your work was. The guy said he was like pressed for time and everything, so I mean, I can understand that. Like,
it's not the only game that's guilty of it. It's
right. It really kills that level.
Right. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's just
not fun.
Right. It's the worst. It's the worst section of that game, I think.
But that's another reason why I like. I like how they're telling me this now. Where were you on the tutorial level, bitch?
Right? Fucking 4 levels in, finally tells you to rotate the camera.
You can't get to this section until you get the swing shot, which is on the 3rd level.
Is it also kind of camera oriented, or do you not even have to look to where you're jumping?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to say. I usually look where I'm going. Because I'm.
Why would you do that? That's
because
just
I have
stupid.
an IQ of over 83.
I think it's kind of neat that as each generation goes by, the IQ average increases by about 3 or 4 points, believe it or not.
That's amazing to me, because it just seems like people are getting stupider and stupider.
It's because of there's a greater school
disparity.
Of knowledge. Yeah. And the funny thing is that somebody who wasn't retarded, say 30 or 40 years ago, by the new standards of the IQ average, they would be retarded today.
Yeah. I build pickup trucks.
I don't think it'd be that glaringly obvious, like, oh, he's just, a little soft in the head.
What are you talking about? He's just a redneck.
He's just retarded.
A redneck. Your prejudice is showing, Spurgle.
I'm the one who said retarded. You're the one who brought up the voice.
Hey, I was just throwing out voices. Here's another one. Does that mean that person's retarded? Maybe.
No, it's an Arabic on helium is what that is. Did it just give you a gun for free?
Yeah, well, it's a gadget that... I don't know, they tooled around with it quite a bit.
Press passes into the enemy's body.
Yeah, this is a gadget that allows you to unlock doors. Yeah, it's a mini game, and they've fooled around with it on a bunch of different... I don't think they've ever kept the same infiltration mini game between Ratchet and Clanks.
Okay.
But yeah, it gets more difficult, obviously. But
okay.
It never gets so fucking hard that you're spending more than 5 minutes at it.
Right. 5 minutes? Jesus. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Just 5 minutes of someone trying to solve a puzzle. It'd be like me playing ER2.
I don't know. I just... That whole concept of IQ is sort of weird to me. It seems like something that would just be way too hard to quantify.
It is if you're not a genius.
Is that it? Is that why I don't know my IQ?
Well, I think it's kind of weird that it's not really. I don't think it's really fixed.
Well, I mean, isn't there a bunch of different types of intelligence, like emotional
No,
intelligence?
there's just one.
Well,
yeah,
for me, I
that's
consider
called
myself emotionally retarded.
yeah, that's called EQ. You're not alone there. I think that's most people in this generation. It comes from texting.
No, I don't actually text that much.
Yeah.
No, it just
You
I
display
just don't
emotion through
understand.
emojis.
I don't understand people. I just feel like
I understand people. I don't
the world
trust
would
them.
be a better place
With less folk.
Yes, a lot less.
More than decimation.
Like, just take out about 60-70% of the population.
Jesus, I don't know if there's a word for that.
Armageddon.
Isn't his head based off the model from like what's his face's friend in Hey Arnold?
No, Mount Vesuvius.
Mount Vesuvius? Oh, okay. That's why it's kind of cratered off on the one side there. A bunch of townspeople living in his ear,
Yeah.
like stuck in place in the ash of his ear. That's a lovely starfield. Sorry, I'm enjoying the loading screens. It might be one of my most favorite loading screens. There's not an annoying text. There's not some annoying thing telling you something that you've heard for the 800th time.
Yeah, right. Well, the only thing better than a good loading screen is no loading screen. Am I right, gentlemen?
Well, good luck on a PS2.
Jak and Daxter 1 did it.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's one of the
Well, I guess we'll be
reasons
seeing
why
that
its
later.
development cycle was so.
Glove.
Oh God, I'm like 100.
130 shirt.
Shirt. I don't have that many shirts. I don't even think I have the one, as you can see.
I thought you meant you in real life. I was like, you're wearing a shirt right now. That's at least one.
No, this is a cotton leather tee.
Cotton leather? You infused plants and cows together? You gonna go back and buy the glove?
No, I'll do that later.
Aw.
I mean, it's not like I need to level them up.
Right. Fair enough.
So this part is the reason why I went back to Planet Iridia, is because this is where you get the vortex cannon, or I think it's the suck cannon in this one. Sucky.
Oh, it sucks all right. It sucks real good.
Now it's I think in one of the Ratchet and Clanks it does work.
Oh yeah, and I think isn't it
It's either under Arsenal or Going Commando.
And I think it upgrades to the like a black hole thing, doesn't it? Or am I?
No, that's another one.
Different one?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about though. I think I remember using it a lot. Probably too much.
Oh God, did you see that?
No, what'd I miss? What the fuck? Did you just...
No, look at the right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know. The shadows are sort of popping in and out right
How
there.
do you spot these things?
How do you not? It's flashing on the screen back and forth.
I mean, it's obvious now,
Some
but
sort of women flashing me.
I don't know. I
How can I not look
I
at
tend to
that?
focus my attention right in the middle,
As do most gamers.
right?
I am, of course, I am of an elite group. I am
Right.
far surpassing all of those in my own intellect.
You could almost say that you're subpar.
Yes, that's the word. That's the number.
I'm no regular gamer. I'm a subpar gamer. Wasn't that? I mean, if it's golf, that's good. That's the whole point, to be subpar. Whoa, why'd you go to that one?
Because that's actually to return.
Oh, okay. I thought you were supposed to like swing on it or some shit. I guess those are color-coded yellow. I like how a lot of this stuff is integrated. What the fuck? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, this one's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, it took me 15 seconds instead of 10.
You still haven't hit that 5-minute mark you were boasting about.
I don't know if I ever will.
That's good. We don't want that. I think it's really clever how much it's like a bit he's shit. A bit Metroidvania, where
Sure showed him.
if you path properly, you don't really have to go back as often as somebody else might.
Right.
What the fuck? Well, he's definitely the worst animated character, and he looks Asian.
Why is it every single poorly animated character has got to be Asian to you?
I don't know. That's just how they look. The beady eyes, the big eyebrows. It's okay. I work with Asians all day.
Animation pop.
Yeah, most definitely. I saw that one.
Yeah, he went from like the top of his arc immediately to the rails. Yeah, there's the suck cannon.
Nice.
Sucky.
Why is there just a random chicken?
Because that's where you get the chicken ray.
Oh.
I actually don't know what. I think it's like a poly ray or something like that. I can't
Yeah, and I think one of the upgrades it turns him into a sheep with explosive devices. It's an amazing weapon.
Yeah, they use that weapon almost every game. There's always a different iteration of it. I think there's one of my favorites is the one where it transforms them into evil exploding ducks.
Yeah, whack, 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 whack. It's bouncing around, blowing people up.
Yeah, and they lay explosive eggs. The upgrade.
Right. I think the only problem is that it's kind of low on ammo, if I remember correctly. So you can only use it so many times. But it's fucking amazing when you can. And
it's infinite ammo, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, the problem with those rays was that it
doesn't do anything to tougher enemies, right?
It doesn't do anything to tougher enemies, and it also, for the enemies that can get hit by it, it sometimes takes a while.
Oh, I got you. So it's powerful eventually.
Yeah.
I love that it's just such a simple mechanic to put in, seemingly, into a game, is to have weapons level up. But it adds so much more depth to me. Because then you won't
It's sort of surprising how few games actually do it.
Right? Because then, just by adding that particular part, you won't stick to, well, here's this one gun that works, so why use anything else? Because eventually it'll max out your level, and you're like, well, let's see what these other things turn into.
Yeah, that's what I always liked about the weapon upgrade system, was that I had a tendency to really just stick to about one weapon in this game. I think it was the blaster that I used for most of the game, just because it's so multi-purpose that you can use it in almost any form of combat, and the ammo is pretty plentiful for it. But the going commando and up your arsenal iterations really taught me to nick that in the butt.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, it's also more fun to watch, I would think, me using a bunch of different weapons.
Right, popping out the flamethrower, setting robots on fire for reasons. Eventually getting a Doom glove. I can't remember what that does.
I should have bought that, shouldn't I? Forgot.
Probably. You'll end up back at the beginning of the level at some point. I'm sure.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That little receptacle right there is a little thing called Sand Mouse, and you get the you get the upgrade for it. I think in that Iridian outpost that I was originally at, but
yeah,
I need the magnet boots
to suck a magnetic mouse out of a hole.
No, I need it to access the upgrade.
Oh, I see. To suck a mouse out of a hole. Sounds so dirty, doesn't it?
Through a grapefruit.
Nobody believes me when I tell them that the grenade, the name for grenade comes from the French word for pomegranate.
Seems pretty logical to me. Yeah, you see that grass floating off the ground?
Where? Straight
right
ahead.
There.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was looking for something a bit more obvious, but I see it now. Like several feet.
Yeah, there's more of the shadows. I think there's a skill point involved in this section where you blow up like 10 mining robots or logging robots, but I'm not really going for skill points.
What do skill points do?
I think they help unlock cheats. I could be thinking of another iteration of the game, but
yeah, I think I remember that. Why would you cheat at this game?
The cheats aren't anything drastic. It's like big head mode.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like the early stuff on like Tony Hawk.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't actually give you anything bonus. It just makes you look silly. Could you level up your wrench as well in the later games? I can't remember.
I think you level up your wrench in this game.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think this is one of the only games where it actually does level up.
Huh.
As strange as that is. You don't actually buy it, you just find it in a certain section.
Right. It's one of those things like you should be doing more damage, so here's a way to compensate.
Right.
Or the enemies are tougher, so.
I always thought this. I don't.
Yeah, that looks like it should be something.
Yeah, I always thought this was like a secret area, and I always was disappointed as a kid.
It had to have been removed. There had to have been something.
Yeah, I think
there.
it was probably cut for time or something.
Something too powerful lies beyond it. I'm sure there's a speedrunner out there that knows how to get inside of there and fucking do something stupid. Who knows how easy it is to fall out of this level.
Right.
I don't think
Easy come, easy go.
I don't think I've ever seen a speedrun of these games, but I'm sure they exist.
They do. I just feel like they wouldn't really be that exciting to watch.
Really?
Right. I mean, the pacing of the game, there's not really many exploits.
You think so?
You would just think. I think they would probably just span the helipack over and over again, and that's about it.
Oh, kind of like
I could be wrong. There probably might be like some exploits, but I just feel like there wouldn't be anything too game-breaking. Then again, I thought the same way for Uncharted, and then I saw a speedrun of that, and oh my god.
Well, it also depends on the categories, because there's some categories where you're allowed to use different types of hacks.
And there was no hacks in the Uncharted 1 one. It was just the level design was just so shoddy for its first iteration that you were able to clip through so many different walls.
Oh, I got
So you could just clip through basically half the game. You'd get to like from chapter 2 to chapter 6 with one wall clip.
I love it when some games will put like the exit to a level right next to the entrance to have you do like a full circle, and then you can flip through a wall and just do one small trick and you beat the level.
Right.
But in this case, you beat 5.
Yeah, so I think I remember hearing that like if
Oh yeah. Drill that stump.
Right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I remember hearing that I think it was if the guy died from that transition from chapter 2 to chapter 6, he would soft lock the game because the game wouldn't know where to put him.
Right. I think you're supposed to go here. That's the game being a teenage boy who then shits himself.
That is almost frame for frame the exact animation from the big guys from the Spyro the Dragon series.
Really?
Yeah. The big guys would come forward like a few feet and then wave their arms forward.
Oh, gotcha. You just got ammo for a gun you don't have yet.
Really?
Yeah, you got Glove of Doom ammo. You got 1.
That's bizarre.
Right?
I don't think I've ever run into that bug because I've never...
Never not bought it.
Yeah, I've never not bought it before, but sort of just slipped my mind.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like look at his animation.
You have to do a side-by-side.
Yeah, I will.
Cool. But, he's a robot.
Right, I think it's supposed to be like the Nasty Nork henchman or something.
Nasty Nork. Is that the
Doesn't
planet?
it just sort of sound like that that universe's version of like a Blumpkin or something?
This guy's giving me a nasty Nork. Great.
Nasty Nork over on that porch over there.
A blowjob on a patio. It
Yeah,
sounds.
I don't think you know what a Blumpkin is.
No, I know what a Blumpkin is, but that's why I said blowjob. Or you're saying the audience doesn't? Look it up, kids.
No, I thought what a Blumpkin was when...
It's a blowjob while pooping.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of I guess it's...
Norwegian spritzer.
Well, sort of like a rim job where, like really they jack you off while rimming your asshole.
Licking your asshole. No, that's just a rim job. No, because I always remember it because a Blumpkin is getting blowjob while shitting, because a country Blumpkin is while shitting in an outhouse.
Country Blumpkin. I like that.
Never heard that one before?
No.
I can't remember where I heard that first. It caused me great amusement. You just what the fuck?
He's janking out.
Right? Kind of improved the AI in this series.
Well, I mean, a lot of this just looks like holdovers from Spyro. This is basically Spyro with guns, honestly.
Oh, okay. So that's why it has infinite ammo.
Yeah.
So this would be perfect on that sand shark level then, huh?
Yeah, I use it quite a bit on that. That's why I haven't died yet, so you didn't see the, because I accidentally went over here and killed all the enemies. But that's usually what they do to teach you about it, is you get it, and then that's why you saw that one small enemy. They have like another crowd of small enemies right here where you suck them all up.
Ah, okay. And this game did that good balance of you have a health system but not a live system.
I just think lives as a whole are just an outdated concept.
Right. Just punish us slightly. Don't make us continue. There's no longer. It's not a scoring system anymore. It's completely pointless. This must be a good gun. It's got a skull on the as its picture.
No, it's like the first iteration of the Mr. Zircon, where
Yeah.
Mr. Zircon is a defense robot. What these things do...
Oh, it's a turret.
Well, it's what they are. They're these tiny little minions that follow you around.
Oh, okay.
And
so why the Glove of Doom? Is it like a Dr. Doom reference?
beats the fuck out of me.
Yes, shrug at the people out there.
That's why I said beats the fuck out of me.
Who's beating the fuck out of you? Do we have to go to the police? Blarg Station. I feel like that was a filler that never got replaced. What should we call it? Blarg. That'll work.
I feel like it was just a guy like vomiting in the writing room at the same time. We'll
What
call
do
it that.
What do we call it? Blarg!
That sounds like a good alien name. Let's stick with it.
My kids will love it.
Ah.
I got some great
Taunter?
prizes for you today.
Yeah, it's actually very... This one's sort of a gimmick
megaphone.
gun. Yeah, it's a gimmick gun. It has infinite ammo, but it's only useful in this level usually.
Oh, because of the energy grids?
Yeah, the energy grids, you'll have like an enemy standing on the other side, and you just taunt them and they'll just right into it. Oh, here's the first Clank section of the game, I think. No, this is... no, that's on the other side. Yes,
So
yes.
so Blargs are big then. And they also...
Well, they vary in size, but, I mean, like I said, they were on that Kerwin level.
Oh, right.
Metropolis.
Just saying, like, because of the size of the ship and the size of the controls that you're standing underneath.
I don't know. It's just sort of that bizarre Insomniac aesthetic that they did for Spyro and for Ratchet.
Just make the world big as possible.
Yeah, the worlds are just huge compared to you.
Why don't you get... So I'm guessing you can't suck those guys up?
No, they're way too fucking big.
Will the game like try to provide you with smaller enemies every now and again, just to help you out?
Yeah, but like there.
Here.
Yeah, this is usually where I use it. This is one of the first difficult levels of the game. There's just a lot of bullshit sections.
And you actually have like interesting enemy attacks instead of just standing there waving a hand at you. Come on, attack me. You know you wanna.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just the enemies in this level aren't that fun to play against.
You don't care for the jumping while shooting?
Well, the problem with...
There's some games we played out there that you couldn't do that shit.
Well,
what, you want to do two things at once? Tough titty.
That's the problem with, especially those blaster enemies. Yeah, these guys are annoying as fuck. They just tank damage for your weapons.
Woohoo!
But
He seems like he died easy enough.
well, that's because the vortex cannon does a shit ton of damage.
Oh, does it really?
As you can see,
I guess
it took
you...
like 5 hits with these guys for the flame.
I guess you are launching an entire person or thing or whatever they're
Yeah, it's like
called.
the better version of the Rocket launcher from Fallout 3.
But you can't shoot teddy bears. Unless you find a teddy bear enemy. Are there teddy
Stand
bear
by my
enemies?
point.
Press the big red shiny button. That of course blows up the ship.
Thank you for
selecting our automated
Oh, was there a gold bolt in this section? Can't remember.
Too late now. Do you get
No,
a...
I think there isn't, because I think this permanently explodes when you get off of it.
That would be mean.
Yeah, that would be really mean.
You're just not going to use a Hand of Doom.
They're not very good for these guys, because they don't one-shot them,
Oh, I got you.
and the ammo is sort of sparse.
I see. That was quick enough.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really worried.
I like how you're still using like the first weapon you got is that bomb glove, because that seemed to work pretty well against the. Are they Blargians? Is that what those things were?
The
quadrupeds.
I don't know what the fuck those were. The Blargians are the red guys.
Oh. It's their pets. It's like
Native
cats.
Americans. No, they're like some genetic
We've just learned that Captain Cord will be
lab
presenting the
test
grand
that they did in
prize
this
at the
level. You'll see.
Intergalactic
Yeah,
Hoverboard
like cats.
Championship,
Right.
which will be held here over the next few days. In related news,
He's fine.
this planet has recently
He's
been
got-
Basically
suffering
just looks like
from
Slimer
infestations
from
of strange
Ghostbusters.
I
amoeboid
was thinking like a giant walking booger.
City's
Although it doesn't quite
administration has
walk, it
assured
like
this
humps its way
reporter
across the ground.
that every step has been taken to
How suggestive.
eradicate these nuisances. Darligrass
It's kind of like a dog with
has
worms,
two news.
but with on its penis.
Did you see that?
Yes.
And completely made out of slime.
Yeah.
That's fine. I
Your
think.
dog's not made out of
I was
slime?
talking about the hoverboard races.
I knew I should have gotten a dog outside of the bottom of the kitchen sink. I went too far for that joke.
Way too far. Reaching.
I could have nailed it had I not taken a breath, but I took the breath and fucked it up. Is that an enemy?
Oh god, the controls are inverted.
Just suck it up. Or are you not supposed to?
Well, I think what it does is it triggers... Whoa, did you see that?
There was like a skull there, right? You shot it?
No, it was the same enemy, but it appeared again, and then once I shot it, it disappeared. It was like a fucking phantom.
I didn't see that. Oh, that still got triggered anyhow.
Yeah, I couldn't remember whether or not you could fix the trigger by just... That's not what I wanted.
Why not? I think I remember liking the different suck guns than the other ones just because you didn't have to worry about collecting bolts. It just came right to you. Just be a little more extra lazy.
Right. Yeah, this is like the one... Yeah, see, they even
Right
give you
here.
a tooltip for it because no one fucking used it. But this is the one time where it actually makes sense.
The one and only time you'll use this weapon, and we tell you about how to use it.
Yeah, it's about as gimmicky as you can get with a weapon.
Hey, over here, into the lasers, because your AI is a genius. So is there no fast swapping stuff? Oh, I see. So that's how they work.
Yeah, they're fantastic for bosses,
Oh, of course.
but for little enemies, it just usually doesn't make sense.
Anything that you can spam that'll seek, that's amazing.
That's the problem, is that the ammo is sparse for it.
Right, you only get 10. You solved that too fast. I'm disappointed. It looked like you weren't doing anything, and then suddenly it was solved.
I'm telling you, man, I know the ins and outs of this game. I know that there's an enemy that pops out of one of these boxes.
You've been inside of it for so long. Still waiting on that enemy.
I think I might have actually killed it.
With the bomb.
Yeah.
Either that or he's somewhere in there.
No, he's dead.
Nope, he's dead. Didn't even get a chance to write a letter home to his kids. Dear family, it's been my 85th day in the crate. I don't know why I went onto an interstellar spaceship to hide inside a crate.
So very cold. So very hungry.
But that's life. Make your papa proud. What the fuck?
There we go.
See, that's the kind of shit you see in speedruns, right?
Eh, not really. They wouldn't
Like that, but faster and without fucking up.
go out of their way to go around that entire sphere. Here's the next check. Well, I mean, I guess you technically needed it to get the info box for this section anyways. But
Needed what?
the swing shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you told you they just start popping out of boxes.
Gotcha. Just wrong room.
Yeah, no, I don't think I definitely remember there being one of them that pops up in that room, but I think I just...
The bomb killed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, they're being experimented on. This game's like Metroid Prime.
I think this came out around the same time, didn't it?
I don't know. That'll be something that you will have to add in editing. It probably did, but I don't think I had a PS2 at the time. I just had a GameCube, so I played Metroid Prime instead of this.
I actually didn't get a GameCube until about 06.
I was out of high school by then.
Well, it's just my parents, like, I was just so fucking in love with video games that I'd spend every waking moment playing them. And so my parents thought that was unhealthy, so they refrained from buying me, like, any new systems. And then my grandma, I think,
Do
finally...
more, like putting on a helmet, running into people, and throwing a ball around.
Yeah.
That's healthier.
Brain damage. I said they refrained from getting it for me. Then my grandma got me like a used one from Walmart.
Good old grandmas.
Yeah, and that was like the happiest day of my life. She
I
got me
almost hugged
Melee
her.
with it as well.
Oh, good call, Grandma. Good
Very
call.
good call.
That's one of those rare inversions. Normally, those are the ones who are like, I heard you like video games,
I
so
have
I got
never
you this.
had that happen to me. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know why, but my all of my relatives and parents have just had a fantastic record of like
I got you
my
the Neutron
mom
Box
just,
400.
yeah, like my mom out of the blue bought me Prince of Persia: Sands of Time once. And I'm like, what the
Nice.
fuck is this game? And then I played it and was like, oh my god, this is one of the best games ever.
Good call, Mom.
Yeah, it was actually back when I left my memory card at my friend's house,
Oh no.
and he was like all the way down in Long Beach, and so I didn't get to go there every week. And so I just left my PS2 on for 2 months straight.
Oh Jesus.
And every single time something would happen, like a blackout or
No.
or my mom would turn it off, I had to play the first 4 or 5 hours of Prince of Persia 1 probably like 6 times.
So that's why you like it so much. Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. I was not swinging for that. I was swinging for that.
I know. It was worth it to see you finally get blown up by one of those things. How many countless times I ran into it playing Crash Bandicoot. Whoa! What
The fuck is that?
I don't.
Oh, it's just terrain geometry just sticking out.
No, that's supposed to be there. Adds to it. Just like that. It's supposed to be there.
Well, one of these has a gold bolt in it.
Like hidden in it, or just you
Just
walking?
sort of
oh,
there,
you go.
yeah.
Well, that's not that
Uneventful, yeah.
right. Gotta love that
the
flamethrower.
Yeah, it's, like, that's why I didn't use the suck cannon that much in this game, is because the ammo capacity is so low that that's what happened to me earlier in this, was I sucked up about 4,
Right.
and then I got blasted by the rest of them.
Right. May as well just stick to the flamethrower.
Yep.
It only uses about like 3 or 4 shots of ammo when you clear a room like that, so why the fuck not?
The bomb glove is usually the best weapon against these guys.
High damage and splash effects if there's anything small around them.
Right.
Can you lure those guys off the...
Oh yeah, that's right. I can use it for this section.
I love the skittery little legs.
These things gave me nightmares as a kid. They just look so creepy.
They do.
Just the pure yellow eyes. Sheer malevolence.
What's so bad about the color yellow?
Jaundice, man. It's not a healthy color, that's for sure.
So that was the experimentation. What happens to these monsters if we remove their livers?
They're just experimenting with eye
Just liver.
contact.
Right. We're coming up with a way to turn yellow eyes into normal looking eyes. The only way we figured out how to do
It's
it.
turning it normal to yellow.
Oh, I see.
We're coming to blue next. That'll take about $5 million.
So you come in, you get size for the contacts, and we will remove your liver, and then you're good. Boss fight.
Yeah, and this is where the Bloods of Doom come in handy.
It's already dead. Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Oh wait. Oh, they got wasted. Oh, but it's trying to like tempt you to use the suck gun.
Fuck that. I guess I'll use it for these last two.
Flamethrower for life, bro. You still had an ammo left.
Yeah, I still had one left. It does a sizable amount of damage. It's just it's very rare where it makes sense. Because yeah, like what happened to me right there, where
Yeah.
I had one ammo out. I feel like they should have made it with separate buttons, you know.
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Where like one to suck and one to blow. I don't even think they ever tried that option in one Ratchet and Clank game. They've always made it.
I think they just increased the capacity.
Yeah, that's all they've done. I feel like that probably would have been a good design choice. But
They fired that guy. I thought he was joking. Hey guys, I created a gun. It's the suck gun.
It sucks and blows.
You're fired. Let's steal his idea. Except for that blows part. That's gay. Let's just make it suck. What? They're really like tempting you with it. They want you to use it.
Which is weird, because you get that the other level. You think they'd be mostly trying to get you to use the suck, not the suck, but the taunter.
I thought he was a trophy for a minute. Why are they trying to get a trophy?
Left the cages open again.
You could come down now.
Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
Well, of course a gadget engineer would say that.
Gadget engineer. I created revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek. For instance,
Can you imagine Drek actually using these fucking grind boots?
grind boots.
He should use all this stuff in the boss
I need to
fight.
get out of here so I
It'd
can
make more
find a
sense,
new
wouldn't it?
job. How about
Fuck
I say
no,
I
he's
do
like
it?
an executive chairman.
After we
That's like having like a boss battle against
All right,
President
I'll
Bush
give
or
you
something, and
employee
he's
discount, too.
grinding along some rails on a skateboard while shooting a gun at you.
That sounds amazing. Let's make that game.
I've got to get out of here while I still can.
Bush blaster. Double entendre.
Right? We'd have to make it clean just so it could be rated E despite that name.
On the rail and grind.
Mom, give me Bush Blaster. What?
We just get so many kids grounded. You never say that again. Never slap right across the face in the middle of a
The funny
Toys R
thing
Us.
is that the kid had no idea it was
Exactly.
dirty until you smacked him. Now he knows that there's
Deviously
something
underhanded.
right. Now he knows there's something weird about Bush Blaster. That's the cool thing about kids. They'll say like fuck
Their
and cunt,
naivete.
and, right? Like fuck and cunt and shit. Like I don't like my sister. Why? She was being real cunt.
Real bitch.
You go to your room, young sir.
Real cockmonger. What did
you
just say?
Ass blasting, cum guzzling, cock Nazi.
Cock nuts. She keeps all the cocks for herself. Okay, let's see.
She go to a concentration camp.
That was one of my favorite South Park jokes.
Oh, the camp of tolerance.
No, that like we should.
Oh yeah,
it was where
send your cousin to a concentration camp.
Kyle,
Yeah, he is,
Kyle too.
He has trouble concentrating so
Trouble
much.
concentrating. Maybe we should send him to a concentration camp. Damn it!
I thought those were wooden robots for a sec. I'm like, oh, those are some shitty robots. Not even moving. Oh, here's the Clink section you're talking about.
This is like the first Clank. It's just not that fun. The metrics are. I mean, obviously they should be changed. God fucking damn it.
Good job, buddy.
I mean, the metrics obviously should be changed, but they just made him so slow and boring to control.
Doesn't he just
Look at
karate
that.
chop, or is that a later one?
Just look at the elevator clipping through this entire entryway. But, well, yeah, that's the thing is that I think Crack in Time, hands down, did the best iteration of Clank puzzles.
Uh-huh.
It was time puzzles, and they did a really great job of layering them.
So it's like Sands of Time.
Yeah, except I would wager that the time puzzles were better, even.
Really?
Very fun.
Time puzzles are better than a game completely built around the concept of changing time or
As
rewinding.
is Crack in Time, it's in the fucking title.
Oh, well, I've never played it. Fair enough.
I think it's my favorite Ratchet and Clank game behind Up Your Arsenal. They keep the 60 frames a second tenement. They make Clank the best puzzles.
And it's on the DS, right?
Yeah, right. For the DS3.
Jump.
Wait, what?
Press and hold the button again while in the air.
DS3.
And the
I feel
art
like-
style, I think, is the best. That's another one where Ratchet has the most character development. Oh, yeah.
He
that's
gets
right.
a tattoo and an ear piercing, which is
Yeah,
big
you have
news
to,
for
you have to come to
Lombax.
this section later to get a gold bolt.
You can't get to it now?
No, because you can come into this section later as Ratchet.
Oh, okay. Why couldn't Ratchet get here before?
Because you need the oxygen mask.
Oh, right, because you're out in space.
This is the only Ratchet and Clank game, since he doesn't have any armor or helmet of any kind, where
Right.
you can't go out in space or
Space.
or swim for extended periods of time.
Hmm.
That was one of the most annoying sections as a kid for me, was the beginning part of Blackwater City, because you had to swim through all of this water and you barely get it out with enough oxygen. You
Oh, that's cruel.
yeah, I would just suffocate.
No margin
constantly.
for error.
Nope. And it's like it's seriously long. It's like there's no checkpoint for about I think almost the entire section once the sewers start filling up with water. That's the gold bolt that you need Ratchet to get.
Oh, okay.
Some Z fighting right there. Z fighting is a sorting issue where if you place items on top of each other in a 3D rendering engine, the renderer doesn't know what to render, so it sort of fights.
Does both.
Yeah, it tries to render both, and so they sort of fight for control of that one area.
So you just have things just clipping through other things.
Yeah.
Wow, wait, what? Oh, you can taunt it as...
No. You get these robots. This is what I was talking about, where there's a hammer robot. They
You have just activated a Gadget. The command
they further elaborate on this
Now
concept.
it's a
in-
squad smacker because you don't have a gun.
Yeah, they further elaborate on this concept in Going Commando, where they add different bots. In this, it's only these bots, and they only perform specific functions.
They are robots.
The bolts. The bolts!
The fuck? Oh, okay. It's bolts. Looks like a shaved cat or something. I don't know.
These sections are really tedious, because what ends up happening...
One of them gets stuck.
No, well, sometimes, but what happens usually is they place enemies between you and the objective, obviously.
Oh, I got you.
And so they die, and then you have to backtrack all the way to the point where you first found them, and then tell them to follow you again, and then because
Right.
I don't know why they made these checks. Honestly, I don't think it was necessary. It just,
Probably is a way to prevent them from taking them further.
I suppose. I feel like it should just take whatever ones you have on
Right.
you,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
instead of having it where they require all four. Because I mean, right there, that was just unnecessary.
Yes.
Another
you're gonna-
gadget.
Oh, right. Robot strength. And robot shrinking powers?
Sort of like the Scooby-Doo laugh. Ree!
Less potheady.
Yeah, right.
More robot.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer.
Hydro displacer?
uses
So you got a
plastic
hose.
and instant clumsy, rain and fill pools.
They're robots. Just squirt some water on them.
Space station.
Yeah, it's just a fucking really elaborate name for a hose. The Hydro Displacer. Just-
Make them rust up in other vital joints, like Bot Hilda or whatever the fuck her name was.
Brunhilde. I think her name is just Helga.
Of course it is. You did that whole way just to get the hose.
Yep. It's a requirement for later levels.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. So
What's her
you
tone?
are. And I
55.
found
Oh, okay.
this.
Hey, cool. It's a.
It's a hose. We've already been over this.
What is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those. I guess.
Never had a hose where I came
Did
from.
you know you can place any gadget?
We always used our mouths to siphon gas.
Just pause and choose excellent.
Yeah, right.
Transporting gallons of gasoline or star fuel just with your mouth.
Star fuel has like a shit ton of sulfur in it. Your teeth rot away within days. Smell like shit constantly.
So you want to call it there for now? So we hit the hour mark.
Yep.
And you did what, 2.5 again? 2, 3? I lost track.
Yeah, 2.5 because well, technically sort of 3 because I completed objectives on planets that we already went to.
Oh, okay. Well done.
Well done.
Keep up the pace. So what, you're like, what, 80% of the way through the game?
Not by a long shot. I'm probably about a third to a halfway through the game.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be burning through this game pretty quickly.
Right, because you know exactly what to do, where to go, and the path to get everything.
And it's not really held up by a lot of time sinks like
that is a gorgeous
a certain
skybox.
RPG. Yeah, right. I heard they spent a lot of time on this level just because.
It's pretty.
Well, it's because they made all of these different vehicles with all these different pathings, and it just took them quite a bit of time just to make it look like a city instead of just. Which is weird because you don't really see anyone in the city.
Right? I wish you could make that like a screen. They're all flying around in their supercars. I wish I could make that a screensaver. That's
It's like
amazing.
fucking LA. Polluted water, sharks, and everyone's in their cars.
God, why do waters always have to be filled with sharks?
And no buses. Okay, well, I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah, of course. You should get eaten by a shark.
It is one of my...
Show the kids at home how dangerous
Have
the
I
water
died
is.
yet?
No, you haven't.
I'm going to try and keep that streak.
Okay, do a deathless run.
Yeah.
You've hardly even been hurt. Is there like a save? Yeah.
Yep.
Does it count if you save scum?
Remember, the saves set you back to the beginning.
Oh, that's right. Anyhow, well, I hope you all enjoyed this this extra special episode.
Bye-bye.
I want my money back.